What's up? I'm going to show you some quick tips on how to play Thanatos. I'm going to try to keep it brief and straight to the point. The only mechanical tip that you need to know on Thanatos is really just an auto cancel with his 1, where you auto attack, throw your 1 immediately, and auto attack again. You can put your 1 on instant cast to make this easier. Usually people won't let you just walk up and use this on him, so you have to use it after an ult or a blink most times. And I'd say the majority of playing Thanatos well is in perfecting this combo. Your 1 and your 2 both have what I call Secret Fatalis, which is when your ability removes the auto attack slow that you usually incur when auto attacking. This helps you stick to people much better. I made a full video here if you guys want to see the details on this effect. So this one's really basic, but just a reminder that your 2 makes you slow immune, which is really useful against a variety of characters since slows are so common. So be careful not to spam it in fights until you get full cooldown, and then you'll have it up basically 24/7. Make sure to use your 2 to get out of base faster after each back. All the better if you can use it on a low HP target across the map to get that bonus move speed just by looking in their general direction. You can read in the tooltip that your 2 gives up to double the bonus move speed when the enemy is under your execute range, but it doesn't say exactly how you're getting this move speed. So only when looking in the direction of the enemy, this bonus move speed scales up to its full amount based on the enemy's missing health, meaning that enemies barely in execute range will yield almost no bonus move speed, whereas an enemy at 1 HP will give the full 30%. More than that, this bonus move speed is multiplicative with all other move speed and is not affected by the diminishing returns that is usually applied, which is insane because you're basically getting twice as much as you should since you're pretty much always at the 540 move speed breakpoint, which if you don't know is supposed to cut any additional speed that you get in half. That's why Thanatos is so absurdly fast. It's one of the only non-diminished move speed buffs in the game. To be clear, I'm just talking about the bonus move speed, not the base move speed that you get off the 2, so only when they're low. Since you're able to move around in your ult, its range is based off of your move speed, but you basically hit the 754 speed cap by default with the 150% speed it provides, so the range is actually quite static most of the times. But combining that with the bonus move speed from your 2 that I talked about, and you can actually go over the game's move speed cap and get up to 980 if they're at 1 HP. This doesn't generally increase the range by that much, however. You can see I get only slightly further into the tower compared to before. Getting bonus speed in ult doesn't occur too often. Despite that, I like to use the 2 before ulting not just for the possibility of getting the bonus move speed, but because the penetration buff makes my scythe combo even deadlier when I land. Here's an approximate range of Thanatos ult on a minimap. You can see that you cover a large chunk of the map if you ult in the center of each jungle. In a textbook gank scenario, you should be able to ult around these blue lines and still make it to a side lane or mid easily. But don't just ult from the same spot every time. Finding places for good max range ults is just something you'll have to get a feel for. Early in mid game, you should use your ult to initiate fights rather than using it as an execute. I often do this when I want to bully mid laners as they're very predictably clearing mid just outside tower. Doing this every time my ult is up is how I snowball most games on Thanatos. However, people will catch on to you ulting them in mid, so you're going to have to get crafty and gank them on their jungle rotations or when they go clear a camp. Alright, a lot of people are going to hate me for this one, but don't be afraid to kill steal. After all, it's kind of your job. Due to your passive giving you 5 seconds off your cooldowns, you can easily chain kills with Death Scythe and autos in rapid succession. I joke about it being kill stealing, as most of the times you're the one diving in and putting your neck out there. Not to mention Thanatos is the most snowbally character in the game, and at the end of the day, if you only stole a couple kills and it ended up getting you the win, it's totally worth it. So be sure to get good at looking at your cooldowns mid-fight, so that once you get a reset, you can reflexively throw another scythe to chain another kill. If you're trying to disengage from a fight, but you're being chased or a tower is on you, be mindful to throw scythes at minions or camps to heal and maybe avoid death.
Easy tower, bitch.
That was the sickest scythe of all time.
When skirmishing late game, enemies will likely turn on you due to your really threatening aura. Knowing this, after you use some abilities, you can preemptively ult to safety and wait for your scythe and mannequin's upgrade to reset for another combo, once your team coalesces around the fight that you just caused. And this is a tip you can use on pretty much anybody with a self-banish ability, where you dump your kit, you self-banish, and you wait for your cooldowns to reset, and then you go back in. I usually don't like sharing builds since they're so subjective and change often, but I think this Thanatos build is hard to dethrone, so I'll share it. You're going to start Mannequin Scepter, Mace, Blink, and 2 health pots. Then you go Jotuns, Hydras, and Erendite. And this is our core build. We're rushing cooldown to make our passive give back more of our kit for chaining kills. After that, you can go Bloodforge if you're absolutely stomping, but the safe build is to go Serrated Blade into Mannequin Hidden Blade and Titan's Bane. We're getting percent pen and Hidden Blade to ensure that we have late game one-shot potential. You don't want to go too much flat pen because you get 35 from your 2 and you will easily overcap, so the 10 from Jotuns is enough. A big myth is that Thanatos is just an early game god, and that's just not true with this build. You can one-shot well in the late game and really do respectable damage to tanks as well. He's super abusable for climbing low elo ranked and overall just really fun since you just delete people. And that's pretty much it. Hope you learned something new, and if you like learning stuff about Smite, I've actually got a small Discord server where I share tips and teach people one-on-one. We also like to come up with new off-meta stuff and play games together, so if that's interesting to you, then I've left a link down in the description. Alright, see ya.